I'm not getting real good penetration. Of course, as soon as I start spraying, the clouds start building. Forgot to grab the GoPro off my desk this morning, so you're stuck with the Pocket, the DJI Pocket camera. Yep. Actually, I like this camera. It's really nice and compact. All right, planting soybeans this morning. The poor neighbor over there, he was trying to get his wheat cut yesterday, but got just enough rain to stop him. That's probably all he's got left. Looks like maybe 4 acres there, 5 acres. We actually had 1/1400ths of an inch of rain this morning down here at the farm. Now at my house, I only had a trace of rain. I had windows open while I was sleeping overnight, and I did hear the rain early this morning, but nothing measurable in my gauge at the house. Got down here to the farm, pulled into the lane, and saw mud puddles and thought, what the heck? And yep, looked at the gauge and 0.14 inches. So I got a late start this morning. I didn't start here until after 10 o'clock. I had to stop at the store and take care of some things there this morning. I had to do a schedule for next week. I've still started a little bit too early. I should let this straw dry out a little bit more, just so it will cut through it. When it's damp like this, I'm not getting real good penetration. Huh. That's what she said. Yeah, those coulters, they're not going to cut through damp straw real good, but I want to get this done, so I'm going to do it right here on the road where everybody can see it. Planting out there when it was still tough. Soybeans aren't coming up worth crap. Oh, well, let them talk. If they're talking about me, they're not talking about you. And as you can see, I'm going diagonal in this field. I think that just helps a little bit with this straw. I think I said it yesterday, that straw chopper on the combine I've never been pleased with. John Deere is just, I think they're kind of known for that. Their choppers just never really have done a great job. So I think by going diagonal like this, it helps cut through that straw a little bit more. I don't know. At least that's what I'm telling myself. This is Saturday morning, July 1st. So can you call it 4th of July weekend, since 4th of July is not until Tuesday? But there's been quite a bit of traffic on the road out here this morning. So this is the road to Point Lookout. We're only about 2 miles, maybe 3 miles from the park entrance. So I imagine Point Lookout is probably filled up today. We're close to it. Although I have not seen cars coming back out of there. Usually when it's filled up, these cars will start coming back out, and they pull on the side of the road and figure out where they're going to next or what they're going to do. And that is a problem for us locals down here, because they don't mind camping out in your front yard for the day and having a picnic. Yep, we've seen that happen. Actually, we've seen it right in this this guy's yard here, a friend of mine. He's had to go out and chase them out of his front yard on a holiday weekend. Hey, but I see him out there cutting his grass this morning, so I guess he's going to be nice and get the grass cut for them, so if they do want to come set up camp for the day, they'll have a nice lawn there, nice manicured lawn to have their picnic. What we are not seeing are the campers. The campground is still closed at Point Lookout State Park. This is year 2 of the campground being closed. Yeah, we have seen the difference in our business at the hardware store because of that. So we're just not getting all of those campers going down to the park, and so while they're there, they're usually coming into the hardware store buying stuff to fix up their camper or just buying stuff. or renting bicycles or canoes or buying firewood. And yeah, we did not see that last year, and we're not seeing it this year. If that had been a private campground, it would have been fixed within 6 months and back in operation. But nope, it's the state, so they can take their dear sweet time. While you are just watching me idle along here, let me tell you about a face diaper story that I had this week. We've been having problems with our phone lines at the hardware store. Yep, we still have landline phones, but it is for our business. We have 2 different phones, one for our fax, 2 different landlines, one for our fax and credit card machine, and the other just for calls for customers and vendors. We've been having issues with our credit card machine not dialing out and getting a busy signal. And then we noticed this week our main line, nobody could reach us and we could not dial out. So I called Verizon, our carrier for our landlines. Of course, you can never talk to a real person at Verizon. You have to go through their automated system. So finally get to the end, ready to set up an appointment, and it says we need to ask you 3 questions concerning our COVID policy. The first question is anyone in your business had symptoms of COVID in the last couple of days? I answer no. The second question is, has anyone in your business been quarantined because of COVID during the last 2 or 3 days? I say no. The third and final question, does everyone in your business who has not been vaccinated agree to wear the face diaper? Well, I can't guarantee that. Everyone in my business, this is a retail business. I'm not checking vaccination status of all of my customers coming inside. So I answered no, we cannot agree. Everyone in my business cannot agree to wear a face diaper when the Verizon technician comes out. Now granted, they never come inside the business because I don't have an inside wiring plan. So the friendly robot on the other end says, well, I'm sorry, we cannot schedule your appointment at this time. We will call you back in 30 days to see if you have changed your mind. What the hell? 3 years and we're still dealing with this crap? Oh my God, un-effing believable. So I was already aware of these questions because the previous week I had had problems with my landline at my house. Yes, I know, I'm old. I still have a landline at my house, and we do use it. So yeah, anytime it rains down here or if somebody pisses the wrong way, the landlines don't work so well. So I'd had this issue 2 weeks ago at my house, so called Verizon. So I'd already been through these questions, but I answered yes to the last question. Yes, we would agree, when they came in. So I was just playing with them on this go round because I had already sent a text message to our local Verizon repair guy. I was just playing on this one concerning the mask because everybody's gonna lie. Well, I won't say everybody. The Karens will not lie about those questions. Anybody else will. But of course, you cannot speak to a real live person to tell them how stupid this policy is. What if I had employees with AIDS or tuberculosis in my store or any other type of communicable diseases or viral diseases? That's okay. They would come in for that. But no, COVID, we're still scared to death of that it's going to kill everybody, and we have to abide by these policies. It's just aggravating, number one, with Verizon, that you can never speak to a real person when you're having issues with your phone. But then number two, to go through this and not be able to talk to a real person to tell them how asinine these policies still are. They were in the beginning, and they still are. More tourists. That's not a tourist. And a car wash. Maybe it is a tourist. So in the end, the Verizon technician, well, I don't know if they actually came to the store or not. Anyhow, the next day, I sent a text to my daughter. What was I doing? I think I was spraying. So I was moving a tractor, and I saw a Verizon repair guy on the side of the road fixing some lines. So I sent a text to my daughter. I said, hey, the repair guy is a half a mile from the store on the side of the road. If you want to go talk to him and see what's up with our phone line. So she went down and talked to him. We were not the only ones having an issue. It was an issue in our two towns down here that nobody could call out or receive calls, so they were working on the problem. They were aware of the problem. So I think by the end of the evening, they did have our problem resolved. But it had also been a problem the week before that as well. Same issue, busy signal trying to dial out. Mainly it was on our credit card line, and other businesses in the area were having the same issue as well. And I guess they fixed it, but didn't fix it for the problem to come back a week later. What they're doing is they're going to force everyone to abandon landlines and go to cell reception. Or you can get through your cable company, through our cable company, we can get voice over internet, I guess. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to rely on one company for all of our communication services. As it is now, we have internet through one company, telephone through another. So we kind of have a little bit of backup. If one goes down, we still have viable communication with another. Hopefully we can get through this. Oh my gosh, you see what I see? Johnson grass. I haven't seen that in ages. Wow, one little patch there. I guess I better bring some Roundup over here and get rid of that patch so it doesn't spread out into the field. Okay, that's enough of my rambling and complaining, darn it. That's all I do is complain, isn't it? I wish life was perfect like I am. Let's take a moment to reflect on that flag and what it means. Home of the free because of the brave. Well, we're not as free as we once were. And I'm not sure we're as brave as we once were with what is going on with the military. So on this July 4th weekend, let's just think of those who have served and kept this country free. One more field to plant soybeans in, and then I'll be done. 6 acres here, about an hour. Let's do it. I did not do this field diagonally. It wasn't really that big of a field, but part of the reason for doing it diagonally is if you look down at the coulters, well, it's not too bad right here, but when you're going the same way that the combine went, the straw wants to drag up. See on that end over there? Wants to drag up a little bit. Versus if you go diagonally, it'll work through there and won't pile up. Now, I have not had a problem in this field with it piling up. It has dried out now and it's moving through and cutting through it pretty good. Alright, I got one more pass to go and then I will be finished with these soybeans. And here is the last pass. I'm coming up to the end of the field, and soybeans for 2023 will be completed. I guess I am going to jump on a sprayer now and spray these things. There we go. That field is planted. Of course, as soon as I start spraying, the clouds start building. We do have a chance of showers this afternoon. I had looked at the radar about 15 minutes ago, and there are some storms building in Virginia, but they're a good ways away. So I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to spray this. I'm putting down some Liberty and some glyphosate based on recommendations from YouTube watchers and from the neighbors as well. Now that I'm finished planting soybeans, I can put auto steer back in this tractor. I'm not going to do it today because I have to at least get this field sprayed. They've been in the ground 2 days, so they're going to start popping through in the next day or so. So since I'm spraying this Liberty, I want to get it sprayed before these beans pop out, because they're not Liberty resistant beans. Oh my gosh. Looking at the radar now, and storms have all of a sudden popped up on the other side of the river, getting closer. I think I'm going to stop spraying and come back to this tomorrow. So, I'm going to say, well, I guess the neighbor had more wheat than just those couple of acres on the other side of the road there, because I see his combine across the creek here. And he may get rained out again, because it is raining right now. We've got a few drops coming down. So I am parking the tractor because there are storms in the area. Not sure how much more he had to cut, but looks like the combine is full now. He must be waiting on a truck. Hopefully he was able to finish today. Oh, the combine is moving now. It's got a full tank. I guess he's probably taking it back to the shop. Rather than wait for the truck, he doesn't have far to go. Just over here to the farm across the way. Oh, dang. They're baling straw over there as well. I see the truck and the trailer with straw on it. Yeah, that's a shame to get rained out again. You can see the dark clouds over there. Hopefully, well, I've had about an hour, 3:30, almost 2 hours on this field behind me that I sprayed. I need 4 hours for that Liberty to work. If we don't get much more than this, that will be okay, but I'm looking at storms across the way there. We may get a couple more hours on this before it really downpours. We'll see. It may be wasted money, but I wasn't waiting for it to rain. I had to get it done. All right, it is Saturday evening. It's almost 5:30. I've got to get home because I did tell my wife I would be home by 5:30 today. So hopefully that means a steak dinner that is being prepared for me. We'll see. I'm going to say see ya.